Hello everyone, welcome you all in this session. Today I am going to solve task 3. So this is my recommendation. Okay, if you did not complete the video of task 1 and task 2, go and watch the task 1 and task 2 video. Otherwise you will be confused in task 3 because there is a things which is linked with task 2 and task 1. The few calculation we already done in task 2 which will only be output in task 3. So it's a highly recommendation it's my suggestion for you. Okay, please go back and first complete the video of task 1 and task 2 and then come back for this video. So before I will go further for the solution of the task 3, just see okay, what the objective is talking about and what the things we have to do in task 3. Display the number of the passenger that travel on each train journey and the total money taken for each train journey. Calculate and display the total number of passenger and the total amount of money taken for the day. Remember I discussed in the task 2, when we are solving this thing, we calculate a total amount. Then we also calculate a total passenger. We also calculate a total occupied seat. So why? Because we needed to display in a task 3. Let's begin with the solution. Before I will go for the code, I just wanted to revise or to show you this particular screen because it's a dry run data of our particular railway information. So this information we already done in the task 2, how we will get our status close, how many seats it's already occupied, which train is already full. Then this screen will help us out to identify the maximum and minimum as well. So let's begin with the code. As I already mentioned in the video 1 for the task 1, okay, I will declare the variable for the particular task especially, okay, then which will help you out to identify okay, how many new variable you introduce or you declare in a particular task to complete the task. In task 3, I declare a most passenger in train because we have to identify okay, which train occupied or carried maximum passenger. Then we have to identify which route the train taking the passenger from foot to top are fully occupied or foot to top is fully occupied. Then we have to identify train numbers of the most passenger. Remember the train number I am going to use as a key, a primary key. So we have to display the train number as well. Okay, which train is carried a maximum passenger in a day, for a day. First, the prompt message, the number of a passenger that travel on each train journey from foot to top. The second heading, train number, passenger on each train. For this, again they both are the two prompt messages. The started from here. For count 1 to 4. Output, what will be the count? If 1 to 1, if the count is 2 to 2, 3 to 3. Occupied up seat. Remember the task 2. We already mentioned, I will show you again. Task 2. See this part. Occupied seat. We already calculated this. We already calculated the occupied seat because we put the formula over here. This is the recall from the task 2. Same for the down as well. They both are reading and we have the data over here. So what we only done? We just output the data. Then up train money is also already calculated over there. Now the main thing we have to calculate few things. Okay, we have to identify which train has a maximum passenger, the most passenger in a train. So over here I use one if condition. If occupied seat is greater than most passenger in the train. Why? Right now when we did not declare anything, it means the initial value is 0 over here. So definitely it is a greater than 0. So it will store most passenger in the train equal to whatever the value is stored into the occupied up seat will save into the variable of most passenger in a train. Then the second part, train number of the most passenger, because of the count, whatsoever the counter will be there, like train number 1, 2, 3 or 4, it will store over here. Because why? Because we are using a loop of 4. Once the condition get true, then stop the program, and also the loop will be stopped if they get the 4 condition or 4 cycles Then after that, I use a one another prompt message, the number of the passengers that travel on each train departure from top to foot of the mountain. Same thing. If you prepare a logic for one side, see I prepare a logic for one side, it will more easier for me to prepare the second one. Again what we done over here, again I will repeat. First line, on a first line, on this line, simply we output the data. Whatever the data, for example, the count is run for the first time, the data will be 1. Occupied upseat, we already calculated this occupied upseat in task 2. If you wanted to know again, just go back to the video and recheck where we use in task 2. Then come back again to this video to clear your confusion. Uptrain also we calculate in task 2. Okay, I will also mention, I am just writing task 2. So it is for the reference. Okay, you will get the idea okay, how we get the information in this particular 2 in the task 2. Same thing for the occupied seat. Occupied seat is also from task 2. If the occupied seat count, what is the count right now? 1. If the seat number 1 in task 2 is greater than most passenger in train, right now there is a no value, it means considered as a 0. It will get, condition will get true. Once the condition will get true, so then program will store this information over here. Most passenger in train 1 will equal to most passenger, take a occupied upseat count. Then the number also, number for example 1, right now the number is 1, so it will store 1. Maybe the 2 for 2, because how many times the loop will run? 4 times. Got it? How many times the loop will run? 4 times. I prepare the logic for the up. Automatically the same logic will apply on a down one. The same prompt message, but the change is departure. Another number of the passenger on each train. Take an amount. We have to mention this thing, train number, passenger and amount. The thing we done. Again, if occupied seat is greater than most one, so then it will calculate over here. Otherwise, it will go to the next one. The same logic we applied over here. Why? See, maybe you are getting confused. Okay, how the variable will work? Because again, I am revising that thing. In the question they said we have to identify which train carried a maximum passengers. Doesn't matter up and down. We have to store. That's why I am using the same variable to override the information. If occupied seat is more than that, okay? If the occupied seat for the down is more than that, then definitely we can use it. Last part of our task 3, to display everything. To display everything. So output the total number of the passenger travel for the day. The total passenger in the task 2, we already calculate this thing. If you are getting confused, so I am just writing a reference. T2 is mean task 2. T1 task 1 and T3 is task 3. Second thing, output the total amount of a day for the day. This also we calculate from, you can see in task 2. Output the train route which is carried out most passenger foot to top. This we calculate in task 3. Where we calculate, I just scroll up and I will show you. See, route and the number of the passenger. The second, the train number for the most passenger carried for the day. We have to display the number. This is also we calculating. See, calculating. It will also in task 3. Most passenger in the train. This is also the main task, main variable of the task 3. Now maybe you all are confused, or maybe you are getting confusion how we can write, and you are only explaining write this, how the data will show. So for your clarification, I create the screen as well, which will help you out to get a better understanding what type of the result you can see. The first part, this part, for count and the display. I can just write this is a part A. PA is my part A, and this is part B. So this is the screen for the part A. This is a screen for part A. The main heading, information. Then the number of the passengers that travel on each train journey from foot to top. Okay, with the amount. And the second heading, train departure from top to foot. The number we already purchased. Remember the screen I showed you, the task 2 one result. First and 250, 230 and 300. The amount which we already calculate according to the train, which is the requirement of the task. Okay, we have to calculate the amount according to the train and the total amount as well. So this is the passenger we purchased. The cost, maybe when you are calculating, it's not multiply by 250 into 50 because the journey for up and down. Remember, every 10 passenger will get the benefit. It's mean out of 250, how many passenger will get the benefits? 25. Then you only have to calculate not 50, 225 by 55. Then you will get this particular result. Same thing with 200. We have to give the discount every 10 passenger. So then 20 passenger, 33 passenger and 327 bed. So we have to calculate with this 30 people over here as well. Now, second part from the top, 20, 80 seats, 480 and 200. How I get this information? It's a dummy data. Do not rely on this data. This is the data I use only to drive in the program. Okay, the program is working perfectly fine or not. To check the program, I feed this particular information. Now, this is a part B. This is part B. This is a part B and the main output of our pseudocode. I will show you the requirement. See, find out this thing, calculate and display everything. So this thing we have to output. The total number, as we already mentioned, the passenger traveled for the day. How many passenger travel? 780. If you calculate this thing, it will equal to 780. Then the amount, the total amount for the day. Now it's not talking about a single train. Now it is talking about the whole day. So whatsoever we sell it out, the sum of everything. Then the train route which carried out most passenger from top to down. The train number of the most passenger carried out, which is the most, remember, if you look at the maximum number in this whole thing, 250, okay, fine, 300 is the maximum over here. But in the down train, there is a 480. So 480 is the maximum number. That's why it's printed as a 3. Hope you get the idea. Hope you get a better understanding how to solve the task 3. This is enough for the task 3. It's complete. Now you all are ready to solve the pre-release material. If you have any query, you can write in the comment box. I will try to reply individually. Otherwise, I will help you out to make another video to solve your all the queries. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye. Take care. Like, share, comment and subscribe my channel.